Take it home. Put it in your pocket. This is something that this side is paleo. It's shouldn't go by the Hans Steitler. You know Rabbi Twersky, Abraham Day Twersky, his side. So he was an interesting mix. He was the Eichel in Chernobyl, which was one dynasty, one type of, and then he used to learn Torah's Chabad, and then it became an Eidem at Sounds, but Sounds it. So basically he had a mix of everything. So this Seifert is the bridge. Paleo is the bridge between Torah's Chabad and Torah's Chernobyl. It's a very interesting combination. Then again, so he says like this. It says the Megillus Esther. Esther is what? Haster is hidden, right? Megillah, as my wife said before, Megillah is open, Megala. You're opening the secrets. What's the secrets within, right? So when we, Purim is all about why we're masking up, because we get masked in order to take off, to reveal the hidden. To reveal the hidden. You know, what's truth, what's not true. So Purim that's the beauty of Purim. The whole ness of Purim happened that way. There was no real ness. If a guy reads the Megillah, an atheist reads it, if there is room for him to say that there was no ness. Happens to be Vashti was a problem. And Esther happened to be a beautiful girl. And happens to be the Matcha was there, in Big Sedish, the story. All the hands and just happens to, and the pink. So that's the problem. So it's a Nes B'Soich HaTeva. So in other words, we're revealing that Hashem is hidden within nature. You found a good job, you pinked by your friend, and you met her, and it has to be that she told you, right, and the customer happens to come. So Purim is telling us, is teaching us that we have to find the hidden in everything. You have to find Esther, and that's why there's no Hashem's name doesn't exist in the whole Megillah. You don't see Hashem. Or it's only Hamelech, or there's a lot of Yitke Vovkas with the combinations of words, but actual Hashem doesn't say in the whole Megillah because Hashem is hidden. And this is the ness of Purim to teach us that we have to take it along all our lives and see that Hashem is there. But that's not the older thing. Where's the bigger thing? When there's a problem, or something seems to be a problem. There's a bumper life, or something doesn't go exactly the way we want it to go, and or something is a problem, or a tzura, or a real issue. That's what we have to also say that Megillah Esther. One day we're going to reveal the hidden, that Hashem was there and it was for the good, and whatever happened was there for us to get us to a certain place. You know, everything that we go through in life is for to grow and to come to a place higher than that, somewhere more. So he says. You still want to hear his whole Torah? So he says like this. Esther added, and she said in front of the king, like, why do you have to? And she fell from his feet. She cried, right? And he said that Haman,
just came from my wife.
Came and he. So he says, what exactly is Esther trying to say over here? Sometimes, even when it falls to your feet, something. And it seems like so simple. What do you mean? I did something. No. It fell to your feet. It's also from Hashem. The Gemara says in the Sefer Sanhedrin that if you put your hand in your pocket, you want to take out a quarter and you take out a penny, and you have a pain. You have to put your hands in again. That takes off from your averos. It was a pain. Hashem even counts that, even the small things. In other words, Hashem is even there in the tiny things. So Purim is a time where we could be happy. And it teaches us that we should be happy for no reason. You know, you have to, when you go to a bris, you're happy because it's a simcha, someone had a baby. And then there's even the bigger simchas when someone waited for a baby so many years and finally got pregnant. Oh, that's even bigger simcha. Someone waited for shidduch, I don't know how many years. Even the biggest simchas, you know the story. There was a person that came once to his Rebbe, and he told Rebbe that I got engaged. And the Rebbe gave him a bracha, and he said, Hashem should help, you should make a lot of small simchas. He went home, and he's telling his parents, I don't know, the Rebbe said, like in Hasidim, they go into every word. The Rebbe says something, who knows what he means. And he started crying, he started saying that maybe Hashem is saying that I'm going to have some issues throughout my life. And he's giving me small, at least I should make small simchas. The whole night he couldn't sleep, he was saying Tehillim, and the Shabbos morning went to mikveh. And he waited till Shabbos afternoon to pass by the Rebbe again to say good Shabbos. And he's going to ask the Rebbe that even if the Rebbe Taka sees what's going to be his future, but maybe he can still change his future if he does something good, a good deed or something. So he comes to the Rebbe and he passes the Rebbe and says, Rebbe, why small simchas? I want to make big simchas. The Rebbe says, no, I didn't mean anything. I didn't mean anything. It's pusha pshat. Small simchas, so the simcha is when someone has a baby right when they have to, when they get engaged right when they have to, when they do a business when they have to. There's a regular simcha. The big simchas is when you wait for a child, you wait for a job, I don't know, but 10 years without a job, and 50 years without a chashuvah, waiting for shidduch till the 40, that's a big simcha, wow. So he said, no, I'm just giving you bracha, you should make a lot of small simchas. So the chacham is to see in the small simchas to see Hashem. In the small simcha that we're able to breathe. Able to see colors. You see colors. My best friend can't see colors. You know that? My best friend doesn't see colors. You could bring blue, red, green. Imagine looking around this room without seeing colors. We have to thank Hashem for the small things, for the small simchas. Should we wait for Him to give us the big simchas? That someone that was never blind for 5 years and finally is able to see again? Is that what? No, that's what Megillas Esther is all about. Megillah de Hester, we should train ourselves to see within the small things. We should see that everything is chesed and everything is good. Every bump in our life was for the good. Sometimes we see it now, so we see it later. Whatever it is, it's always to bring out the good. Megillas Esther. And that's why we sing, like, who's the Melissa Oira? Oira is light. What is light? You get enlightened. Right? You enlightened me, you taught me something. So that's what Megillas Esther is, that we should get enlightened. Became for the Eden, they were, imagine following the politics those years in Shushan. Open the paper, and up is this king suddenly send around thousands of his people to find the nicest girl in town in the whole world, and this one, and the whole of the stories, it was terrible. He was fighting and Haman and back and forth. It was a trauma that was on. And after everything, finally, this Esther was able to persuade Achashverosh to kill Haman and to change the Gezayah for Klal Yisrael. That's what I was saying. Oh, that was such a big simcha. But that big simcha was after so much pain, and he didn't have to fast, and they were so scared, they were worried. He was about to annihilate all the Jews. All the ganze Klal Yisrael, the ganze Welt. And they thought, wow, Hashem is in every detail. That's why this happened. That's why that happened. That's why Haman wanted everybody to bow to him. If we wouldn't have his ego, he would never get to this position in the kingdomship. And if we would get to the position in the kingdom, we would never be able to kill him. And if everything worked out exactly the way it's supposed to. And that's the beauty of Purim. So why are we happy Purim? For nothing!